And it's one of the only days I've had this fucking week. Well, it's weekend. Day off Monday and day off Sunday. That I fucking don't care for those. I'd rather have 2 days in a row to have a day off, but working doing the job that I fucking do, it's highly unlikely unless I actually request for 2 days off back to back. As well as I was just surprised that my days off are that spread apart. Because typically, like let's say throughout the week, let's say Monday through Sunday, I'd get like a fucking Tuesday off and then like a Friday off, like or like a Tuesday off and then work Wednesday, get a Thursday off. I don't typically have fucking Monday off, work Tuesday all the way to Saturday, and then have Sunday off. I'm just like, I don't know. I think it was just also the weight load of the jobs I had this week. Like it was nice to have bigger jobs, make bigger opportunities to make even more rev share and make bigger tips and blah blah this and blah blah that. But to a certain extent, just because of the education I have, all this is fucking fleeting. All this is fucking annoying. All these constructs are made by man, and man destroys and rebuilds as often as it wants to. And the rules only apply if the leader of the group makes it punishable by whatever others deem to be distraught and dysfunctional and to be considered a setback. Because if it's a punishment, it doesn't feel like a punishment now. Is it really a punishment? Like, for instance, death by snooze. For an nymphomaniac, death by sex sounds like a fucking heaven sent, not a hell bent thing. But to somebody that is asexual or somebody that does not enjoy having sex or being touched whatsoever, that is a death punishment. And my thought process when it comes to work, I enjoy working. I hate working. And what I mean by that is I enjoy doing things. I hate the structure that I have to follow to be able to do the things I've done without structure. Because I'm at work, I have to act a certain way, be a certain way, can't emit too much energy. And even if I do, thank you for that. But if I do it in the wrong spots, we're gonna shoot you for that. We're gonna demote you for that. We're gonna yell at you for that. You need more training. You need to shape up or ship out. You need to. And it's just like, I've been working all my fucking life, which is probably why I have such a weirdly bizarre, strong, and chaotic work ethic. Like, yeah, I can get a lot done in 2 hours, 1 hour, 5 hours, 12 hours, 13 hours. It's just being able to focus. And my biggest problem with being able to focus is when I work with others, it pisses me off because I try to, like, I get pissed, especially if I feel as if I'm doing way more. And sometimes I can't tell, but other people, it's like, nigga, there's no telling the difference. I know I'm doing way more than you are. So, like, we're not even a team. You're just on my team, but I'm doing everything essentially. Like, you get credit for the labor that I put in, but because it's teamwork, we both get credit, and that's like, nah. And that's it's nothing that irritates me about existence because I've also been aware that in history and in time and blah this blah that there's the workers and then there's the thinkers. There's a person that you see and there's a person that creates the things that you see. There is essentially how I think about it is when I'm thinking about did I enjoy the actor for the line that they said, or do I enjoy the writer for writing that line? Because unless you are aware that the actors have ad libbed the line, you have to remember when it comes to a lot of movies, they have screenwriters. Somebody thought these lines up, as well as when it comes to storylines, somebody create at least a storyline for the main plot of it. But to say that they develop the characters for their lines individually is just I don't know, not really think too intensively about it. And not, like, this in my mind, I just you say it's simple, and I'm just like but it's not. And yes, it is. But like for as simple as it is, it's still complex to me. But what are we communicating about, or is it you barked orders towards me and I had a question to clarify it more, and then you got upset because you thought you spoke clearly? But to me, it's just like this could easily be misunderstood. But to you, it's like no, it couldn't be misunderstood because you have the ideological mind of what you want it done, but you don't want to enact it. You want to pass on to somebody else. So therefore, it is best to do the job yourself, especially if you know what you want. But if you don't know what you want, you give it to somebody else, then of course you're gonna be upset. I want death. That could happen at any time. That could happen in any way. Anybody can do that for me. But in my fucking travels for death, I have to fill it with what other people call life. And I say it like that because to me personally, it just more or less feels like surviving, feels like negotiating, feels like bullshit, and feels like annoyance. So I try to find the fun in between the chaos. And for as much as I do enjoy working, I also enjoy fucking calming down and vegetating. But because in this world, you have to own things. You have to own your emotions. You have to own your body. You have to own your time. You have to own your energy. You have to own your space. Sometimes it causes issues, especially if you can't own all the things that you need to own to be able to vegetate in the places that you want to. Money buys freedom and choices, but not everybody will admit it. And a lot of people say work harder, work harder, work harder. And if I hear that enough times, I'm thinking, okay, cool, just kill everybody then. There's no competition. I don't need to work hard. But I know it's not how it fucking works. We're civilized. We do things when nobody's looking and too many people are watching. Maybe that's why people think I'm a serial killer. All these fucked up thoughts I have. I've created content without really putting too much time and effort into it. I actually want to do more of a costume switch, but I don't know, maybe the more I move around, the better I'll feel. That's one of my philosophies. I don't really believe 100% when the doctors say bed rest, because when I stop and think about certain job positions, they benefit off of you not being healthy. Now, I do realize there's always that good example, there's always that bad example, and then there's just a bunch of people in the middle. And what I believe is there's going to be some doctors that generally want you to always feel better. They don't want you to be in bed rest all the time. They don't want you to stay stagnant, because how I feel is staying stagnant in certain illnesses will just allow it to get worse. Whereas other illnesses, you could possibly sweat out of your system or just, I don't know, move. Because even if you have the illnesses where you're not supposed to move too much, rigor mortis can set in. And there's a lot of, what are the words I'm looking for? Tremors or tumors, or just like bed sores or sores in general, just because you're inactive too long. And it's just doctors, lawyers, judges, and insurance all benefit off of you not having a good ass fucking day. So therefore, shouldn't I take it with a grain of salt when a doctor gives me advice, when a lawyer gives me advice, when a judge gives me advice or something like that? Honestly, clearly feel the room and get to know and learn what you can from them, assuming that they are being honest in their interaction with you. But like I've been being told and taught, is the best way to trust somebody is to trust them, and once you learn you can't, well, I trusted you to be you. And I learned you love to lie. I learned you love to deceive. I learned you don't like to tell the full truth. I learned you don't even know what the truth is. I learned. All through trusting. I trusted you. If you learn to listen at some point or another, you will learn that I said trusted. Past tense, not pretense, not post tense. I trusted. Now I trust. Now I have trust. I just know. You'll say what you want, but you don't listen. So why the fuck should I listen? I'm confused. One of the things I hate that I do, because I don't like lying, but there are multiple lies that I do tell. There's the accidental informational lie where it's, I was told this and this did not happen. I have no control over that lie. And I told you what I believe to be the truth because what was passed on to me. So I guess hearsay information is what I'm trying to give you, but I'm the one that's enacting it, or I planned it. I'm sorry if it changes. Then there's the objective lie where I just, what are you doing? Nothing. Now that could be true because I perceive a lot of things I do as nothing. I don't really see the importance as everybody else does, but it's like, but you're holding my TV and you have a ski mask down. Like, that does look like something. To you it does, but to me, it's just what I do. Don't be sassy right now, I'm talking. What'd I say? Are you hungry? Are you giving me an attitude because you're hungry? Well, this would be a great time to use your voice. Use it! I said use your voice, not your body. Are you hungry? Bark. Are you hungry? Are you hungry? There you go. Are you hungry? Say something. Hey, damn. Where was I going? Adjective lie. Yeah, I know I'm lying, but at the same time, state the obvious, doofus. Of course I'm stealing from you. But to me, it's nothing. And then there's lies that I tell to myself just because I'm fucking need to gaslight myself to believe that life is a lot better than it truly is. I am well aware life is whatever the fuck you make it. Life is whatever you perceive it to be. Life is whatever you're taught it to be. So it's like, is life really that bad, or is it the people I choose in my life that make it bad? Or did I not choose them? I don't know. Some people show up and some people you choose. The thing about that is, I don't know who I chose and I don't know who showed up and who continues to say. Either way, I do know that I'm more of a benefit in other people's life than I am a burden, but they use words like it's going to work on me. I've been manipulated all my life. I know you're lying. That's why I have issues speaking to you, because you can't talk to a liar, because they're going to believe whatever the fuck they want to anyways. But I speak honestly, 9 times out of 10 when I can, but when I can't, well, I don't like lying, but I'm really good at it. To some people, and to some people, you're the worst liar ever. See if she'll leave me alone. I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. There's thoughts I was looking for. I just don't know what I was exactly trying to. Because I already know I'm going off the line, but I'm pretty done with that story. Thought process behind it. I feel like I've touched on this before. Trust them to be them. And I do believe in the whole entire respect is earned, not just given. But I also give respect to just strangers because it takes a lot of time to really know somebody. It takes a lot of rigorous questioning and not just to assume that every time you ask somebody they're going to be 1,000% honest, 100% honest, even 90% honest or 80% honest. Like I do realize, depending on who you are and how you think, omission of certain information can be considered lying. But in my personal opinion, no, that's not lying. You don't even know every freaking aspect of the story, as well as the way that some people's minds work. As like for me personally, because I know now that I've had a traumatizing childhood, I do realize a lot of things that I do remember aren't how I should remember, and there's a lot of things I don't remember from my past. So therefore, it's not like I tried to omit the information. It's just my brain generally forgot. And you can't argue with me about my memory unless you have me up until a polygraph. I remember what I remember and I forget what I forget. Now, the fact that I forgot that, regardless of how important you deem it to be, my brain, my mind, my reality, I don't deem it to be that important. So, therefore, to me, another day. To you, everything. And that's the biggest problem in existence because my life only matters to me, your life only matters to you, and we expect other people to respect that. Some people believe respect is earned, some people believe respect is just given. And we all mix. With all of our beliefs, with all of our wants, with all of our needs, with all of our advantages, with all of our disadvantages, we all mix. Some of us are willing to listen, some of us don't want to listen, some of us want to fight, some of us want to love, some people want to fuck, some people want to be praised, some people want to be preyed on. Yeah, like a deity of some sense. So it's like this melting pot of existence. I believe I'm wrong in certain things. I also believe I'm right in certain things. But your belief system only matters if you're in the right group. And there's never been one to conquer all. It's a team effort, but not many people want to admit to it. Like even though there's a spearheader of the team, like the vocalist in the band, or maybe the producer or the director, whoever started the idea, there's always going to be a leader in the group. And I feel as if the only difference between a great leader and a bad leader is a great leader knows when it's their turn to switch and stop being a leader and to be a student, but also can keep people organized on a different leader instead of talking down on them. And then there's the leaders that always need to lead, always need to get that grip in reality. And I feel as if I'm the type of person I'll lead if need be, but I don't want to. I fucking hate it. Because Personally, I feel like I'm the type that gets angry and wants to be controlling over everybody's thoughts and opinions and blah this, blah that. Like I know I've said on multiple occasions I am a control freak, which is why I don't really do all that much controlling in my personal life because I realize how irritated that I am because people don't see it, they don't get it, so therefore I'm just like, it is what it is. I just keep ripping weed and just moving on to different things because, well, I told you the outcome. I can warn you, but I can't save you from your own chaos as well as you can't save me from my own chaos. It is an inside job, and I'm outside trying to do what I can do from what I can do and from what you're allowing me to do. So therefore, I'm gonna just bounce. I already know where the fuck is going. I already know how it's gonna happen. I don't need to hear the end of the story, but you can tell me the end of the story once you finish it for you. I finished it for me. This is as far as I'm going. This is not my story. This is your story. Now, you can ask me to be a part of it. Doesn't mean that you truly want me to be a part of it. Maybe you just want me to feel some type of way, make me feel special, make me feel blah this, blah that. But at the end of the day, you're just going to leave in the second you get the chance to. Or maybe you generally mean that. Who knows? When I get to learn you, I get to learn if I can trust that single thing that you say out of your mouth. I can only trust certain things that come out of your mouth. I can't trust a damn thing that comes out of your mouth. I do my best to be an honest person when people are honest to me. Now, people aren't honest to me. I'm still doing my best to be an honest person. But I also realize information isn't really all that important to you because if you're not giving me honest information, why should I always give you honest information? Like I said, 9 times out of 10, I will. There are going to be some shortcuts where it's like, what? You lie to me all the fucking time. Why the fuck would I tell you the truth all the time? Even if I am an honest person, I learned to lie from liars. You don't think I'm going to meet a great one at some point or another? Most of you guys are liars and deceivers. And I get the whole entire I didn't mean to lie, and then there's people that intentionally lie. I'm more of a I didn't mean to lie as well as I do have intentions to lie because when I'm speaking to a liar, of course I lie. When I'm speaking to an honest person, why lie? To a certain extent. Like my belief system and the reason for why I lie is because emotional management. It's not because emotional management, as in I am well aware that what I'm going to say is going to upset you. I have no idea why it's going to upset you. Why? Because I'm homosexual. Why? Because I have a boyfriend. Why? Because I'm 6'4". Why? Because I don't want to play soccer for the rest of my life. Why? Because I want to go pro football. Why? Because I want to become a doctor. Why? Because I don't want to live your dreams for you. You had envisioned me to be something that I am not. So therefore, when I tell you what I want to be, now you're displeased by me. Now I got to deal with your emotions because of why you can't control this shit. Why? Even though you're older than me. Why? Even though you're smarter than me. Why? Even though, so many different reasons why you're acting like this. And my problem is I just told you my truth and now you're upset at me like I lied to you. I could have lied to you for some reason you'd been happier. So is that why they say you can't handle the truth? So people learn to lie to keep themselves safe. People learn to lie to keep the room safe. People learn to lie to keep the peace. People learn to lie because lying is a tool to surviving. People learn to lie because they weren't strong enough to fight back. People learn to lie because they didn't have anywhere else to go. People learn to lie because they needed to. People learn to lie, but sometimes forgot lying isn't always the way. People learn to lie, but didn't realize lying isn't a lie. It's a manifestation of your reality. So therefore, you created what you wanted. So I didn't lie about having great things coming. It's just you don't see it yet. People didn't learn to lie. They just learned to manipulate. But manipulate what? Is it a lie because I can't see it now? Or is it a lie because it never happened? Alpha. And I'm including the whole entire part of manifestation. You're not lying, you're creating your reality, you're creating your future. But if all the times you've said it and it's never happened, then what is it? I don't know enough to speak on it. I'm just saying. I trust you as well as I can. And regardless if you say you can, I can trust you. I don't believe that because, well, I've watched, I've listened, experienced, and time 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 again, you have shown me. The only friend you have is yourself. Everybody else is just a pawn in your game, and it's just insane to ever trust you, knowing who you are now. So say whatever you want about me. At least I come more consistent than you do. That's all you can do. Be as consistent as you can in your reality, into your beliefs, in your joy, and your peace, and your chaos. Some people can't be consistent in anything. And I'll admit, I'm consistently inconsistent. What the fuck does that mean? That means at some point in my consistency, I am going to be inconsistent. So rather if you get it or not, just know. Just know, in my consistently inconsistent or inconsistently consistent life, is probably what I should say, because it's inconsistently consistent, as in it will consistently be inconsistent in the consistencies of the inconsistency. Say that 5 times fast. Either way. For as much as I dislike change, everything will change. And I never know how I feel about that. Aside from anger. But I feel as if anger only comes out because I see the slavery that others say, well, I did it. What the fuck does that have to do with me? Well, I went through it. What the fuck does that have to do with me? Well, I experienced it. What the fuck does that have to do with me? My thought process is, I did it so you didn't have to. Other people's thought processes, well, I did it so now you have to. And that's the problem in the world. We all think so differently, but sometimes we believe we can work together, and sometimes we believe, well, I'm smarter, I'm faster, I'm stronger, I'm taller, I'm richer, I'm this, I'm that. So clearly, you gotta listen to me. I got more than you. I've got the abundance. You have the lacking. So as the abundant person, you should take lessons from me so you could be an abundant person too. But clearly, I'm the abundant person that doesn't like abundant people around me. So therefore, I siphon everybody's abundantness. But I'm not like that. I'd just rather leave permanently. Fuck it. If you can't enjoy the treat, well, the treat doesn't exist no more. Either way, I think that's all I want to do for ramblings. Now, time for video editing and smoking weed until my stomach starts feeling better. So thank you for listening to my madness, and I'm gonna make this bitch into like I don't know how long these 3 minutes apiece. I made like 4 or 5 of these. It's gonna be a long YouTube video at some point or another. So yeah, it was birthed on Snapchat, and now it lives on YouTube.